Right, so when we're issuing a bond or issuing some kind of public debt, right, what we're doing is, as the issuer, we're borrowing money. And we're borrowing it from investors. So investors are interested in our debt, and they are going to hand us cash. And in exchange, we're going to give them a contract that lists out what's the face amount, what is, and we'll say in this case, a fixed, it could be a variable interest rate, but a fixed interest rate. You know, are there periodic interest payments? And probably a maturity date. Okay? And what the investor's doing, well, they're purchasing this. And it's a fixed income investment. Right? That's going to give them a fixed interest rate. So these are very popular with people who are retiring. And they're going to compare this fixed rate against what they believe should be their risk rate of return. Right? And this encompasses what's the risk-free rate plus some of the other risks like credit default, etc. So some of those things that would go in there, they would compare their risk rate of return versus what is this fixed income. And then they're going to pay us money. Now, of the money that they pay us, if they give us a smaller amount of cash than the face amount, right? So say the face amount is 50 million. Right? Our face amount is 50 million, but they only give us 48 million. That must mean that their risk rate of return is probably higher than the rate that they're going to be promised in this contract. So when we get a smaller amount of cash, that's considered a discount on the bond. When we get a larger amount of cash, that's what's referred to as a premium on the bond. The other thing you've got to think about is, well, the underwriter who is helping you borrow money from these investors by finding these investors and facilitating the process of getting the money, the Goldman Sachs, the JP Morgans, well, they're going to charge an underwriting fee. And that might be 25 basis points or 0.25% on this amount. So you may even get a smaller amount of cash, but you've got to factor in these underwriting fees. That's going to lower your cash. So instead of 48 million, you may only get 47.5 million. this Goldman fee has to be, you don't have to take that as an expense right now. You can have that be recognized over the life of the bond. Right? So that's the way. And in class, we'll do an example of showing the issuance as well as what do you do every single pay period, every single time you make a payment on this particular bond.